Yep.
Welcome to Strip Coverlet. I'm Adrian Fort.
And I'm Dalton Gentry.
And we're here for some variety.
Variety hour number 5.
That's right.
Moving up in the ranks.
What have you got to talk about, Dalton?
Well, I'd like to point out that, we have film schedules are a little weird. You never know what day it is when the video goes up. But tomorrow's my birthday.
Is it?
Tell me happy birthday.
Fuck you.
I am so close to 30 now, it's terrifying.
This is a gorgeous talking point.
Okay.
Dalton and I are not, nor have we ever seriously contended to be, friends, right?
This is fair. And nor are we in a relationship, because to this day, people are like, oh, they're not lovers? Yeah. Well, I'm not watching this anymore.
Yeah. But people like Dalton and myself necessitate each other in our lives.
Okay.
We make great tandems like a couple. So one of the differences is Dalton will have a birthday party.
Yes, I will.
Adrian will not be invited.
No.
Adrian has never had a birthday party.
Fair.
Refuses to do so.
Okay.
Would you rather be successful or famous?
Successful.
Bullshit. I don't think you would.
Okay.
Would you rather put in years of hard work and toil
No.
to be very good at one thing, or be able to walk into any bar you want and get free drinks because everybody wants to drink with Dalton?
Fair. That one.
I would rather be successful. It's just strange the way these things work, isn't it?
Okay.
So we just had a little bit of a talk, possibly a spat. I'm an idea machine.
Yes.
I don't stop. I just keep going. I need someone like Dalton to say, okay, now stop. We're going to be productive on this one. Right?
Okay.
And Dalton, like I've said in the past, Dalton is a very capable individual. And it sounds like an insult every time I say it. It sounds like one of those backhanded compliments, right? But that's not what I mean at all. What I mean is, I'm over here saying, you know what, we should do this, that, and the other. And Dalton says, okay, well, we're working on this. And we're going to make this work.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, yeah. So we'll make this work for now. But I'm on some ideas, baby.
Okay.
Right? So it is strange the way that works, isn't it?
And on my end of the spectrum here, I say, okay, Adrian, if you want to make this work, this is how we're going to do it. This is what we're going to sit down. This is what we're going to work on. This is what we need to focus on. And then by next week, I've agreed to have 6 different channels running, filming 300 videos a week, and selling my firstborn child, naming it Adrian Fort.
You didn't need it anyway.
No!
You didn't need it anyway.
No, it's no big deal. It's not important or anything.
Child.
Anyway, goddammit, it's my birthday tomorrow, and I'm excited about
right.
it. And thank you very much. I did invite you out to my birthday soiree. My F. Scott Fitzgerald night on the town.
When?
I did it in very Adrian Fort fashion, because if I send you a card or an invite, it'll go in the trash. If I say, Adrian, would you like to come to my birthday? It will put you in a position where I know you're going to say no, but you're going to feel bad about it. You're going to have to be like, well,
Apparently
no.
I don't feel bad about it because I don't remember it.
So what I do is I say, Adrian, I'm going out and doing this. You're more than welcome to come, and we move on. Because that is the polite invite.
You never mentioned a birthday.
I did. I said we're going out to, we're going to be in Kansas City. We're going out to this particular bar. You're more than welcome.
For a birthday? You never said for a birthday.
Oh, well, that I would assumed it was... Why doesn't everyone know when my birthday is? I just assumed it was an accepted fact at this point.
Okay.
Fair enough. But anyway, I'm going out. I'm going to go to the Kansas City Gay Pride Festival.
Yep.
And then I'm going to go to one of my favorite bars in town.
Okay.
And it's going to be great. Going to take my mother with me. I'm excited to spend some time with her. And yeah, it's going to be a good weekend.
We're good.
Good. Very good.
What is 29?
I'm 28.
28.
I will be turning 28 tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So not 30 yet.
Not 30 yet. And I believe the 27, 28 is about the time that I met Adrian Fort.
Was the no, it would have been 25 or 6.
Okay. But really started talking to Adrian Fort.
Coming into my gravity.
Yes. So I assume at this point in time, I'm just going to get really pissed off. I'm going to start publishing like a madhouse. And then I'm just going to shut down for a minute. Drift off into obscurity, and then I'm going to have a really good idea in a couple of years, and I'll be like, hey, Adrian, I've got this idea.
I had good ideas all the while.
Okay.
I was too far away to be able to commandeer a Dalton.
Fair enough.
And it's okay, so are we done with your birthday?
I guess so.
If you need to go on, you need to go on. There's just a tangent that I can...
Okay, I'm good. I feel better.
You're older.
I am.
But so it's weird to me, the things that you mentioned earlier, we're doing 6,000 channels. Can I talk about the channel that we're...
Yeah, absolutely.
One of the things that we're kicking around right now. So, okay, I'm struggling with how to start this story. So we talked about, last week, we talked a little bit about the sitcom that we'd like to do, right? And then this week, he starts talking about an idea I had 2 years ago, almost to the day, I think.
I think so.
Called 10,000 Firecrackers. Which the idea was, you've seen all these channels where people have a hydraulic press, and they just crush things with a hydraulic press.
Yeah.
And they go viral.
Yeah, 50 million views.
And then they get their plaque for 50 million views and they crush it, right? My idea was called 10,000 Firecrackers. We have two separate characters. Each one of us says one thing is better, the other says another thing is better. So to solve it, we strap firecrackers to it and blow it up. All of a sudden, Dalton, after 2 years of telling me that's a terrible idea, it's stupid, why would we do it? It's a waste of time. We don't have the equipment. There's no point to it. After 2 years of that, which in fairness, a year and a half of that, Dalton was gone. And by the way, when he's gone, we don't talk. After 2 years of that, Dalton says, "Yeah, it's a great idea. I want it. Why don't we go ahead and do it?"
Here's how it worked. Here's how it worked. I sat down and like the thought crossed my brain because you mentioned July. I'm like, July, 4th of July, firecrackers. What about firecrackers? Video. What could I do about this? And at that point, I had an idea. You just lose that mic every video this week.
I do.
Okay, anyway, I had an idea. And at that point, I'm like, oh, that's brilliant. This is my idea now.
Yeah.
This is a good idea now.
In the hipsterest way possible.
I had to put a spin on it. I had to put my mark on it. And as soon as I'm like, oh, we could do that. Oh, that would be funny. That would be pretty. I can make it happen.
By the way, his idea, his spin on it, 10 seconds of slow-mo footage.
It's necessary.
Yeah, that's his spin. That's his spin.
I am the James Cameron of the YouTube market right now. Thank you very much. You know what this needs? Lens flare.
You're the Abrams. Which gets us back to Star Wars this week. But the thing that really struck me, the reason I thought about it, and I thought about it all week, was that last week when we were having that initial conversation about going back to the idea with the sitcom, is Dalton is out, we're out on the deck talking, and Dalton says, the thing that gets me is, have you ever seen that writer's room for The Simpsons? And I go, yeah, there are lots of pictures of things like that from the 80s, 90s, things like that. And Dalton goes, just that grungy room with all that cigarette smoke. If you could get there. I was like, what?
Okay.
But I never questioned it, because if you can put a little lighting on that beard and start it on fire, then maybe we'll get somewhere. But it was just that smoke in that room.
That idea, it's a beautiful concept. It's the room, it's all the writers, all the artists have come together. It's very Gertrude Stein. You're hammering out the jokes, you're hammering out the script for the week. That is a beautiful thing.
It's just so, that's the thing that gets you about it. That you would rather be famous than successful. It's the same thing.
You can sit down and you can like give me an entire, you can give me this notebook and be like, in this is exactly how to do this full time. Exactly how to do this. And I will look at it and be like, okay, I'll get to it. And I'll mull it over, and until I find some spark of interest in it, like something that just clicks with me, I don't care.
Nothing. And it's not that he doesn't, there's nothing.
Yeah.
There is nothing there. And it's the weirdest shit, right? It's that's that room with the smoke. If we could get there. And I remember, we were out on the deck, and I just looked at him. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, the hell is he talking about? How is this the moment? How is this the key? How is this the thing? And me being, so I one person in my history called me the puppet master.
Okay.
Because everyone eventually does what Adrian wants them to do. And that's the moment I realized that's absolutely true. Because in the moment where you were going, that room with the smoke, we have to get there. In the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, so I have to find the strangest little quirky thing about
Yes.
all of my goddamned ideas.
Yes.
The strangest little moment to present to Dalton. The strangest little memento which would make a great Polaroid picture. Pitch it to Dalton in that hipsterish way, a Polaroid picture in time, and it's sold. And I've got a partner.
Okay. That's the thing, though. I think if you try to identify the moment and sling it to me, I'm like, no. You just have to let me come to my own terms with it. I have to find it.
Possibly, but I will be looking for that ephemeral moment.
And I do the same thing at home. Like, we've been talking about, like, I've got this huge deck in the backyard. You've been there. And, like, you know, it needs to be redone. We need to do some things with it, blah, blah, blah. And, like, I pushed it off for years. And then one day I'm watching Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, because that's what I do with my life. And they have market lights. You know what a market light is?
I have no idea what a market light is.
It is basically a light bulb on a string. And I see it and spend the next 2 weeks redoing the deck.
It's Christmas lights.
The Christmas lights. And, like, that's what clicked for me. I'm like, oh my God, market lights. Market lights. And we could clear the deck off and we could put the grill there and we could build a pallet couch to wrap around the entire deck.
And if we build a pallet couch and then we sit around with cigarettes, that room!
I hate that I've become like this cross between a Muppet and a small troll. Like,
You've always been the cross between a Muppet and a small troll. Except when you laugh, then you become a pixie.
That's fair.
I just that little that room. What are you talking about? So now I just know I've got to find that moment, and I've got you.
Okay. And like I never claim to call myself a writer by any means, but like I've had this problem. Like even like when I was in high school and stuff, and like you know getting those budding gems of literature in the mind, things like that. No motivation whatsoever. I'm like, I don't want to read this. I'm not going to read this. I'm not going to write this. I'm just going to do it the night before, whatever. Right. Every now and then, like, something just hits me, and, like, you know, you submit it, and they're like, oh, shit, this isn't bad. Yeah, and then, you know, you get the meeting where they sit you down, they're like, so, like, do you do this often? I'm like, no. I'm just here for today. I'm going to have a new hobby tomorrow.
Sure thing, Bartleby.
I've got a million hobbies, and, like, none of them I am great at, but I can do just about anything.
And then sometimes you read Anya Karenina.
Anya Karenina.
Where was I? I was going to go somewhere. Start telling that story again.
Where, like, you know, you submit something to your professor, your teacher, whatever, and, like, they pull you aside and, you know, have the conversation where, like, you know, this is quality, this is good, this is something that you do often. And I basically, I'm like, no, I like, have my moments where, like, there's this good spark, and, like, if I capitalize on it, it's good. But I have to, A, have the motivation to capitalize on it, and 2, be able to keep my scatter brain, like, in, like, have this motivation somehow.
I think one of the keys to life, and feel free not to listen to a 33-year-old never has been, but I think one of the keys to life is to not give a damn about that spark, because that spark, when you can give 100%, is worthless. If that spark comes along once a month, and you give 100% for a day, you are nothing compared to the person who's able to click at 80% 31 days a month.
Yeah. And we talk about this all the time, especially when it comes to writing. Because Adrian Fort is a very much Stephen King, Joyce Carol Oates person.
I'm not that level.
Where,
I read a lot, but...
Where, you know, no, you have a writing goal and you need to meet that goal. If you set a goal, you meet that goal and you do it every day. Whether it's bad or not, you do this every day. When I try to do that, it is god-awful.
There's a hump you have to get over. Because I was like that too. Okay. I mean, absolutely. That's how... So I didn't go to college until I was 24, 25. I did the community college thing for a long time. Because I didn't have it in my life, that conviction to say, okay, you sit down, whether you feel it or not, and you go. You work. One thing... You just have to do it, because the only one who can do it is you.
Okay.
No one's going to do your work for you. So if you have this goal to be great, it's on your back.
All right.
No one is going to come along and pick up that sack and carry it the next mile for you until your legs get back under you. So if one day a month you're doing that travel towards greatness, one day a month you're giving 100%, you're never going to get there, because that's 12 days a year that you're giving 100%. Okay.
And, it comes with writing as well. Like, every now and then, we were just talking about doing some writing before we started filming this, some short stories, some books we've been playing with. Like, every now and then I have an idea, and, like, I really like it. And it does. It always centers around some kind of image, some kind of big theme that I want to capture, or some scene that I want to write. And, like, I'll get started on it, and, like, I just can't fucking stop, man. Like, I will just kill until that spark is gone, until I lose the sight of what I'm trying to capture, and then I'm doing the work for it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, nope, done.
Yeah. The work is where life is.
Yeah.
The work is where life is. It's where success happens. So, like, I'm not trying to be preachy. I mean, I'm just speaking for myself now. If you ever want to make anything of yourself, you've got to learn to love the work.
Okay.
Not just do the work. You have to learn to love it. You have to learn to revel in it. You have to wake up and spit in the eye of every day, daring it to hit you back.
Okay. It's beautiful, by the way. Little Adrian Ford is
does
right
nothing
there.
for him.
Just beautiful.
But it's beautiful.
Doesn't do a thing.
Not a thing.
No
Not a
motivation
damn
whatsoever.
thing. So along the lines of motivation, I've been going back to the gym recently.
Good.
I realized that so working overnights, it's hard because you wake up at 2 o'clock. Everyone has a point in the day where their control over the self is the lowest.
Okay.
Mine is early in the morning.
Okay.
My control over the self is absolutely at its lowest during the day, in the morning, right when I'm waking up, because I'm hungry, I'm tired, I'm thirsty, I'm bitchy, all these things, right? I gotta pee, all those things. They're right there in the morning.
Okay.
So you wake up at 2. You have to be at my gym. You have to be there at 3, or else you're not going to get a workout in because 1 million people show up.
Okay.
At 4.
That's fair.
So it's been hard. Like, you wake up, you have to go straight to the gym. You're not even awake. It's hard to get an actual workout in, and especially working overnight. Not only are you not awake, you didn't get good sleep.
Okay.
So I've been going. I realized that my gym opens at 4:30. I get off work at 5:30, so I can go straight after work. It makes me get to bed later, but I'm falling asleep like right at the same time.
It's a good thing.
Because before your body's not exhausted, you just lay there. So by the time I go to the gym after work, my body's exhausted. I get home, I sit on my porch and do a little bit of reading. I come in and I pass out, and I get good sleep for a few hours.
I do well. I don't like mornings. I hate waking up. I hate that feeling of being tired. But if I can force myself out of bed, I am damn productive when I get out of bed. Like I have a routine. I'm like, okay, I need to get this done so I can get this started so I can get to this place. I'm great in that sense. It's the in-between.
Yeah.
As soon as that motivation is gone, my sister lives about 3 hours away from me. Every now and then I go down, visit my nieces, things like that, go to family things. And it's a 3-hour drive. It'll take me 5.5 hours to get there. Because I will leave on time, and I will plan to be there on time. And an hour into the trip, I'll see something. I'm like, oh, better stop over here for a minute. I have to stop here. Stop at the Russell Stover's factory because I wanted to go taste the chocolate samples. I'm like, oh, there's a cheese store? I better stop at the cheese store. Oh, a casino? I better stop and spend $20.
Casinos have that room.
That room with the smoke. But it's, I get distracted super easily. But like every now and then, and this is why I like night shift, because like I feel better at night. Always have. I'm a night person. When you get good sleep throughout the day, you know, you got off shift, you sleep in, you wake up, and it's 7 p.m., you get your day started, and it's quiet, and it's nighttime, and there's nowhere else you can be. That's when I work best.
Yeah.
Because I can just hammer stuff out because I have no way to distract myself. I can't go anywhere. I'm stuck here. I might as well do this. That's just how I operate.
Yeah.
I don't know. But no, I agree with you. I got home today, took my uniform off, laid down in my bed so I could plug my phone in, fell asleep. Just sheer exhaustion, nothing to it. And I woke up and I'm like, ah, shit. I got errands to run. This is a bad idea. And like I laid back down. I woke up early so I could go run the errands so I could get here. Yeah, I don't know. I give up.
Yeah.
I give up.
So life's about small strategies.
Okay.
Life's about the day-to-day. Life's about the power of every day. I realize I'm on my Tony Robbins kick today. But when you identify that moment, that time period during the day which you were at your weakest, the important thing, what you do then is you start cutting back at it, right? So since I am weakest in the morning, what I realized I can do, if I work out at night, I pass out, I get some sleep, I wake up, it's easy to motivate myself to write.
Okay.
It's easy to motivate myself to read. So that's what I do in the morning now. And it cuts back. So before, if I wake up and I talk myself out of working out.
Okay.
It's 5:36 before I do anything. Now, I wake up, I know I don't have to work out. I look forward to reading. I look forward to writing. I look forward to the editing that I'm doing on the channel. I look forward to even the adventure of uploading anymore.
Okay.
It's a little bit of an adventure. I have to psych myself out to get somewhere to do that, right? Which I've got a story about that this week as well. Those are the things that are easier to motivate myself for. So if I place them strategically during the part of the day where I have the least motivation, I have the least friction getting those things off the ground.
Okay.
So you end up squeezing more out of the day.
I found out, and like maybe this is just like looming towards old age. Like
Yeah,
maybe
you're getting old,
you can
man.
tell me about this
You're
now.
getting old.
I am. And maybe this is just like finally that hinge of responsibility is starting to slowly seep into my life. For the last 2 weeks now, something I wanted to do just for my birthday, for me, because it's one of my favorite things. There's a winery over in Weston. It's maybe 30 minutes from here.
Yeah.
One of my favorite places. It's quiet. Not a lot of people go there, but you can get a bottle of wine. They'll serve it to you cold, room temperature, whatever you want. And there's a garden. You can sit outside. You can smoke. You can have a bottle of wine. They'll bring you the bottle, a couple glasses. You can get some meat and cheese trays and just sit there. And I drink the fucking bottle of wine, eat my meat and cheese, smoke my cigarettes. That's my fucking happy place. I know.
That is the opposite of an Adrian happy place.
No one's there. No one bothers me. It's nice. It's outside. It's shady. That's what I like. And like, I'll have one bottle of wine. Maybe we'll have two if I got people with me. Sit, bullshit. That's my regeneration. That's what I need. 2 fucking weeks now I've been wanting to do that. I was going to do that today. And I'm like, no, you need to go film. You gotta be tired.
You better go film.
Exactly. Oh, I'm like, I could have done it, but then I would have been tired when I got here. I'm like, no, you need to be high energy. You don't need to be tired. Yesterday, I'm like, well, you could call into work. Like, no, you need to go to work. Dalton of 2 years ago calls into work. Dalton of 2 years ago texts Adrian and says, I'm going to be 6 hours late. And like, it's starting to piss me off.
It is the Adrian effect.
I don't like it.
I'm the puppet master.
I just want to sit in my fucking garden, drink my wine, smoke, and eat smoked meat. Feel good about yourself there, do you?
Whew. So my story about uploading this week. Damn Starbucks.
Okay.
I guess they had that thing where, first off, if you screw up and you hire a couple racist assholes, the way you take care of it is not to punish the customer.
No.
They closed every location in the country, for like 4 hours on a day that I had to upload, right?
Bastards.
So their Starbucks is my go-to because I can have a coffee while I'm uploading and do my writing. I went there and it was closed. I almost missed an upload date because I went there and it was closed. So I slept late. Went there, it's closed. So I go to my B spot, the library, from which I upload, and they're closed because they had an air conditioner malfunction.
Okay. It is 1 billion degrees outside.
Yeah, it was 94 that day, so they had an air conditioner malfunction. So I ended up having to go to another spot entirely, which I uploaded to Instagram. If you don't follow us on Instagram, we're at StripCoverLit. You can see a picture of the library I had to go to. It looks like a prison.
Okay.
So, like I said on the Instagram post, the library in Shawshank has more character and cozy than that place.
Ooh.
But I had to go there. Fortunately, they have Google Fiber because it is in Gladstone, Missouri.
Phenomenal.
45-minute video uploaded in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Google Fiber is not to be joked at. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Can you get it here?
I
think you
I
can.
live in an apartment, so I don't think I can get it here. I have to go through whatever service the apartment complex has signed terms with.
Okay, you're wrong there, but carry on.
Are you positive?
100%.
I'm pretty sure you have to go with.
That's not how it works.
Okay, but don't shake your head at me. I'm a noob to this.
Teaching you how the internet works.
But it was interesting just to see how, because you go to Starbucks or you go to the other library, it takes an hour.
There was one day when I was in college and I had to have something submitted that night, and like midnight was the cutoff. If it wasn't up by midnight, you missed the deadline. You failed that paper.
Yeah.
My internet went out, as it does in St. Joe, because we live in the worst. I live in the worst city ever. So I'm like, oh, shit. What am I going to do? It's 10 p.m. and I have no internet.
Because you're Dalton.
Because I'm Dalton and I waited the last minute to upload it. So I'm like, I'll go to McDonald's. McDonald's is open all night. They have internet. So I go to McDonald's. The internet's not working at McDonald's because it's the same fucking provider as my internet. So I'm like, okay, disaster. I'll go to the college. I can upload it from the college. They have Wi-Fi. Never used the Wi-Fi at the college. Didn't realize there was a rigorous application process to be able to use their Wi-Fi.
Really?
You have to sign in with your student email. You have to go through all this. And like, I did not have time for it. I didn't have what I needed with me to sign up for it. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. I ended up parked outside of the Ramada Inn, like jumped onto their hotel Wi-Fi and uploaded right before midnight.
Yeah.
So I get you. I understand. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I live right next to a McDonald's. One night during the Dirty 30 videos in 30 days in celebration of crossing 2,000 subscribers, the strip cover lit, I stood outside the McDonald's at like 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That crazy guy with his laptop just standing out there trying to get signal. Yeah, that's all I got, I think. I'm good.
Have you set goals for your new year?
For my new year?
Yeah.
No.
You turned 30.
No, that's an Adrian thing.
Yeah, well, it should be a Dalton thing.
No, because
we could make a deal of it on the channel.
On my birthday, I am going to spend the entire day in full hedonistic fashion, doing everything that I can to hurt my body, and I'm going to have a great night, and then I'm going to wake up Sunday, regret everything that I did Saturday night, drink a lot of water, go back to bed, and Monday I will be in a great mood.
Well, there's 364 days past that.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So you set goals.
You don't set goals.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
You take opportunity as it is presented to you. You don't set goals.
That is the worst way to live life.
Okay.
Absolute worst way to live. So, okay, what would you be doing right now had Adrian not popped back into your text messages and said, hey, I got this idea?
Well, considering I have to go to work soon, I'd probably be fucking sleeping so I could stay awake at work.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Downplay it if you must.
I try.
What would you be doing with your life?
I don't know. Probably watching whatever video you put online and texting you, telling you, like, hey, you forgot to edit 30 minutes of this. I'll be. Anyway, if you like this kind of thing, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Give this video a like as well. We always appreciate a little bit of support for Variety Hour.
Yeah.
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 The room.
Yeah.
The room.